Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Hunter, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the top cars that can make you look rich. My intro, it probably didn't make that much sense compared to this video, but I spent an entire day going around town looking for cars to take cinematic shots of, and there are like no supercars here in Madrid. That's where I'm studying right now. I'm in Madrid, Spain for about 3 more months now, and I'm from the US, so after that I'm going to move back home. So how I'm going to lay out this video is, at first I'm going to start with the cheaper cars that maybe even high school, college kids can afford, and then later in the video is going to be the little pricier cars that are still cheap and they're still like, they make you look rich for the price that they are. So starting off, I'm going to go kind of fast because most of these cars you've probably heard of. Also, I want to give a shout out to Parker from Vehicle Versions, because on my last video I made about him, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. He commented on it, so thanks a lot. So first off, there's the Nissan 350Z, which is my favorite car because this is actually my car in the video, and it is a 2008, and it's slightly different from the older ones because of the hood and there's a little bit more horsepower. But this car you can pick up for about $7,000, and the older models you can get even cheaper, depending on the mileage and how good of condition they're in, but they range from maybe $3,500 up to $12,000 depending on the model that you have. But the cheaper ones are definitely affordable, but I would pay a little bit more for like a 2008 like this one, and you can get a lot better quality car for the price. The Mustang, Camaro, and Challenger, these are all really good cars for high school and college kids because they look pretty cool and they're all under $10,000. In fact, I had a 2005 Mustang before my Nissan, and it was a pretty good car, but I'm sure you know enough about these, so I'll move on to the next one. The next up is the BMW Z4, and depending on the year you can get these from $3,000 to $10,000, and they do look a lot sportier than other BMWs. Next up is an Audi A4, which you can pick up from $8,000 to $12,000, and it does have a lot newer look to it compared to other cars its age. Up next, the 2010 Mercedes C300, and just like the Audi, it looks very new for its age, and its price is just unbeatable. Up next is the Porsche Cayenne, and in this case the Porsche Cayenne Turbo, which, as you all know, Tyler from Hoovie's Garage purchased, and he put in about $10,000 to get this car, a 450 horsepower V8 engine, and this is probably one of the best value cars that you can get for $8,000. So if you want to look like a real baller on a budget, you can get a Maserati, because as you see, you can buy them for $15,000 for an older model. Even a 2008, $15,000, that's pretty good for a $100,000 car. But then if you want to spend a little bit more, you can spend almost $30,000 and you can get a 2015 Maserati Ghibli. That's 3 years old for this car. That's amazing. And even more, you could buy a Maserati Gran Turismo for about $30,000. This I think is a 2008 or a 2010. This car looks amazing. It sounds amazing. This is the car I want next, but I have to wait probably until I graduate college until I can buy this. But we'll see how everything turns out. And again, Hoovie's Garage, he got a Bentley, a 2006 Bentley Continental GT, and I think he paid under $30,000 for this car. It did have some issues, but you can buy cars like this for $30,000, $40,000 with no issues. Thing is, like, maintenance costs on Bentleys like this, they're really expensive, so you have to be able to afford that repair cost as well with these Bentleys. Because even Tyler, I don't think he could keep up with it, and he ended up selling it for less than $10,000. And he took $20,000 loss on this car. So really, you could buy this car for under $10,000, but it won't run. Next up is the Nissan GTR, and this is a car that I also really want, because this car, it's cheap. $45,000, $50,000, you can get a good running, average mileage GTR, and this car has such a good performance for its value. It's amazing. And I know a lot of people are fanboys for this car, and some people don't like it at all, but I think it's pretty cool. So Daddy Doug's old car was a Dodge Viper, and I think this car is also really cool because it looks a lot more exotic than a lot of other cars that you'll find in this price range. For $40,000, this car is really rare compared to other cars that you can get, and its performance is pretty good as well, and you can pick these up $40,000 for an older model. So an Audi R8, everybody knows this car. It's Audi's high-end sports car, and it has a very good value for its money. It's like an exotic car, and you only have to pay $60,000 for an older model. If you really want to stand out, you can get an Alfa Romeo 4C. This car looks like an exotic car. It drives like an exotic car. Its power isn't as good, but it's very lightweight, so how it feels when you drive it is amazing. And the value for this car, $40,000. I'd rather have this than a Camaro for the same price. So next up is the Lotus Elise, and just like the Alfa Romeo, this car is very cool looking. It looks very exotic compared to other cars in this price range, and people think you're driving a luxury sports car, some exotic race car, but you're not. You're driving a under $30,000 car in some cases, and I think the value for this car is very good because one, just look how it looks amazing, and two, it's fun to drive. It's not the fastest car, but the performance on it is pretty good overall, and I had to do it, had to throw Stradman in. That's going to be it. If you liked the video, make sure you share it, like, and please subscribe. And if you have any comments on this video, leave them below. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them, and I usually reply to all my comments. But thank you for watching, and bye.